Hello and welcome. My name is Daniel Magnusson. I'm just here to show off a bit of my level editor with as a company asset editor, just to showcase my programming skills and a bit of my onion. So let's jump into it. As you maybe see, the interface is made in C++ with Windows Form, but the onion and the level handler and everything and all the logic is made in C++. And the onion is made in DirectX 11 by myself, and the physics onion, the rendering onion that is made by myself in DirectX 11, and the physics is Havoc. So let's open up the asset library. It just pops up like this, and maybe we should enlarge it so it's actually something selecting. You can see it's simple drag and drop from the asset in star. Perhaps the direction light is in the wrong way, I think. Yeah, let's have it like that. But I'm slow, so let's increase the movement speed a bit so I can actually move around. It depends on large. The grid is 100 by 100 units, and so it's a quite huge actually ground. But that can be it. So let's add something fun. You can see a bit nice shadow from direction light. So if I actually go to direction light and move it, you can see the light switches depending on. Let's make it a bit, perhaps that's a bit too much, so let's make it something like that. And another house. Perhaps I want some animations because it's nice to look at. And so we have this awesome level here, but we maybe want some fun lights. So let's add a light and select it. You can see the properties goes to light properties from like this asset properties, and we maybe want a red light here, I think. So with the red light there, let me a bit more fall off, maybe more intensive, something like that. Oh, to showcase the awesome animation. That's awesome. And then we can save this. I think this is, yeah, I have a couple of test ones. So then let's just jump into it, just so we can test it. Oh, awesome, there it is. You can see the shadows and lights and everything. Just like we made it. This is our level. And currently in game it's just a physics-based walker with some collision boxes are a bit off. As you can see, I'm flying currently, but those are another issue because they're loaded with the assets. Nothing with the level editor. And that is basically most of the level editor actually. As you can see, if I want like the translation arrows to switch because the pivot point of the assets is bad, like inside you can't really see it, or maybe you want like have an arrow. Oh, I want precisely here and I need to switch it. Then you have that. And then we can rotate stuff. If I press E, you switch to the rotation arrows, and we rotate it. As you can see, I have like this the ground. If I select a bit more, like maybe such. If I select everything, there you see. They rotate during their own axles. I have to fix that, but yeah. And I can actually make it so it snaps like 90 degrees, just to make it easier to get like that perfect angle. And maybe but we can show off some a bit of the more onion, like adding another. Like as I said, like the grid here was 100 by 100 units, and as you can see, I'm very much slow now currently because this is a huge level. And you can see it's solid 60 FPS and such, and shadows, everything. But yeah, and a lot of lights and such. And if I want to, I can like. I think I need. So make it up here so I can actually don't need to move so much. And then just copy paste a bit. So you see another line and such. And then we can clear it. And yeah, I can also toggle the grid on a phone if you want to. I don't like it, but let's go. If I want another model in my game, then I go to the asset editor, and then we can load a model. Either you can load a already existing asset, or you can load a new model. But let's just open up an asset. One of my favorite is the bulldog. As you can see here, this is the pivot point will be in the middle, like the two greens. That's wherever the pivot point will be in the game. So it's a good thing to think about. And you can just see size the box. So 1x1 or whatever size you have. Just have the scales and such, because sometimes that's forgets. So it's good to have. And I could add another model, not an asset, but just a model. And then when I actually load this into the levelEditor or into the game, that would be counted as one asset or one model for whatever gameplay or something. So let's go here and go into Canyon, Man-Made, and Bendy Pipe, and then we load the Maya model, and you can see this will be the in-game assets. If I now press save, this will actually take a screenshot of this from, so it contains the whole, and then this also will be updated in levelEditor, and that is what will be used actually. And yeah, I forgot to mention, but all those images are made from the asset editor, and it has a screenshot when you save it, so it will be always up to date. And no, oh, I forgot to add the image, or Maya screwed me or something. But yeah, whatever. Also, when we're talking about my screwing, this is using and it's using a 2 texture PBR system, where it's a bit optimized, so most artists are not used to that, and maybe using one albedo texture and one normal texture and one substance texture and such, or however their usual texture system is. So that is why this texture tab is needed, so you can actually load in texture and load it into the channels. So, and then the game will save them in the right folder and in the right channels, so you don't need to think about it. And it was map, so sometimes artists forgets it, so now they don't need to just need to make it so it looks right here, and it's just quite good. I can actually set the size texture resolution, so they don't actually make it like forgets it's 4K or something, and then the game will be crying. The last thing I want to show off is like the asset script system that I made. It's a visual scripting system. So if I made it, you see a pop-up, and it's basically a node-based scripting system. So if you want like, I don't have that many nodes actually, but it's easy to make new, and I want like my assets. So when the game starts, I'm gonna set the position to something. This will be for all assets of this type, so maybe a set position is not so good, but perhaps later when I add like collision callbacks and such, then this could be a good thing. And perhaps I want to set it in 10. Yeah, you understand, it's quite simple. I'm bad because I'm not used to it, so I'm actually clicking outside. And then there are a couple of other nodes like constant rotation, hide, show asset, and repeater, and ticker and timer is logic based. So the ticker is ticking 10 times each second or something for like 10 seconds. The timer is stop at this, the logic will stop at this for 10 seconds and then continue. But let's open up another one that I made just to showcase. So this is a little bit more. As you can see, when the game starts, it will stay here for like 2 seconds, and then it will set the rotation to 80 degrees, the y, the half a rotation, and then it will go to repeater, and that takes for 10 seconds 2 times each second, and then it will add a rotation, so it will be constant rotation. Yeah, something like that. So if I just then I can save this, and oh, I forgot my script, then it will be just hiding it, so it's quite good. Something small stuff there, and then I can select this, and you can see it has it. And when the game now starts, this will be constant rotating, and that's most of the things I want to show off. So thank you for watching, and my name is Daniel.